Te sikoto hikia, sokoto hia yoko, hitia te tokoto ya hisika, e tokoto hasa ki, tokoto tahia, i tokoto i titi titi yoko, hia sikia yoto, hia ko tia yoko, hia sakaya hi, this is Anastasia, this one's unicorn, sikotai guide, Hosaya, ho e te 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 ai o koto, hea sikia ko hia hia, ho sikia e tu koto, hea sia koto i hea hi toko hi hea hoko, hea sikia here to lighten your vibration. So ko te hea hitia i o to koto, hea sika e to koto, hea i sikia e hoko, hea sikia ko hea i sikia i, I share the light of my horns, ko te ai, hea sokoto e hea sikia tu i kia, to shower my golden light upon you. Sukotaya hi, ako hi, ahi tukukuhu yetia, ya sakaya ho, te aya te kutuhu yetia hikia. Tetsukotoa hia hu hikia hu hia I tukutu hu 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 hasaka he 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 tu hu 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 hia siku hu ya ye te hi hia tukutu hu tu 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 hia sikia hia ye tuku ye I tia hu tu ye te ki ti tu hu hia sukutu he ya hi hia tuku hu hu ye te kia hu saka hia ye tuku ti 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 ya yu kutu ye ti 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 hu sia ye tuku ya hia ye tuku ya I Sukuto hiahu hiti ai expand your hearts. Sututu hiasikiayu tukoya hiai sukuto ya hiti titi. The sukuta hiahu kutoya ye call upon us. Hu hiai hiasukutaya hu hiai tukuya to brighten your field. Sukutoya hiai tia. Jessica here, he could ho, he did to go to ho. He I could he had to hear it to go to he who could ho he who he was he to go he Hosika, he took a hole. Here's a go, he had he had go. Here's a good way he had to go, he had to go. Here's a good high, to go to do. Here's a key, dear ho, you call. Here's a car, he took do. Here's a car to do. Has a car to do, he do. Here's a kita. To do, he ka. Blessings.
It's so sweet.
Yes.
Nice clearing of energy too.
Yeah, I felt
feel
that.
Heart expansion for sure. And then release. Moriarty release. It's like they're getting us ready for the next. There's always like, it seems like each time we're getting ready to like do another elemental realm series, you don't think that you can like get cleared out anymore, and then all of a sudden you're like clearing out more. So, oh well, I guess that's part of what we're doing. All right, let's see who wants to come through. Ako huir nara ko huiro tui ahara kanyer ko ni chikria paho mako to tui aniara kai ti junoro ko horo. Ha te tukuira nara kai ti kriara paho ni kai kira ko rotia niara ki tukurnya. Hara ta ira ko niara ti kuhoro. Ishtkriara taira kuinyara ta kahira tara taira tu nyaraka. It is I, Ra. I come in through this being as I'm always with her perpetually. And the beams of light that I sent to you are to assist you to brighten up your aura as well, where the unicorns bring this beautiful joy and happiness to you. I and my strength of the sun bring you the light, the energy of the light. You may bring the sun energy into your solar plexus, into your own power center, and it will imbue a greatness within you. Enjoy these energies. I am Ra. Oh, goodness. It's like I couldn't breathe enough of him. It was like this big energy had to exit me.
Yeah, that's usually how I feel. Yeah, when channeling Ra. My hands are like going like this. For some
Let him do
reason.
it.
I'm like, but I feel like it's someone powerful. This hasn't happened to me before, the hand movement thing like this.
I've actually been given that for healing methodologies before, to wiggle my fingers around like how you were just showing me.
Yeah.
So that's I'm curious to see who comes and if there's a connection.
Sioko hie siku hitaya hiko itsi to hoya ita to hasakaya to hia hikia sortia tia hu hasayuko ita eto kuto hia isia hosia kia eto hia kia eto hasikia huhu ya te hia ya suko hia itia Hosia ia hie koia sia hoi te tia ia hia suko haia tia hoi te ahi tia koia te ahia I toko hia sia koia ia sikia ia sukoto ia te tia ioko tia sikia o sikia to ia hia I to ikia haia to hitia I koto ia Te sikaya to ia kia I tia I to hia kaya I to ko e te ahia ko ia I hia sikia I am Satira so ko hia I so ko to I am her ruby ray dragon or dragon of the Sacred Heart. So hia hiko hia sikia I that she just had a remembrance of her lifetime with me. Suko hia ita kia hio kaya tatia io hia sia koia ya sikia I am stepping forth to be more greater known by you. Sukotoi sikia by all of you. Suka haya toi hikia to lend my assistance. Yeah, so yeah, hit the IE to connect with your hearts. Koto TIE, husiai to be in your heart space more. Sakai TIU, CIE to expand the love that you are throughout your being. So yeah, yoko yuko yes kia. We are deeply bonded, her and I, throughout many lifetimes, not just the one that she knows of. For I am always with her, loving her, protecting her, by her side as her constant companion. For we are bonded our dragon hearts together. We fly together in astral. She is beginning to recall these memories. For she has spent time protecting me, and I shall protect her. As she ascends higher and higher. In this lifetime. To surrender all blockages, all barricades, at her heart level. To surrender her love to be expressed in every cell of her being. This is recommended for all of you to do. Call upon your dragons to express your love to the fullest. In every cell of your being.
Thank you. And is it Satira, S-A-T-I-R-A?
Yeah, Satira.
Thank you. So call on my dragon to express love and how did you say that?
To express love in every cell of your being, to open up your heart chakra, remove any blockages, surrender to the love that you are, and embody it to your fullest capacity in your conscious awareness.
So before you came through, and I would say yesterday and maybe the day before, I started connecting into a ruby skull and also connecting in with the ruby ray. And I thought, oh, I've been using magenta ray and pink ray, but I need to start using the ruby ray. Was this your influence, Satira? Or was I telepathically picking up this information? So were you connecting or was I telepathically connecting with Susan?
No, you were connecting in preparation for this connection. Coming into greater connection with this ray. For it is strongly connected to the dragon heart. And that you can connect with the sacred heart dragons, the ruby ray dragons, to embody the energy of love, the energy of passion, the energy of creativity expressed through the heart to be shared within your life and with others more fully, to a fuller capacity, to express the truth of who you are, to express the authentic self without limitation, without restriction, without fear of being hurt emotionally, to trust your inner guidance through your emotions, to express your childlike joy, your childlike innocence. And so these connections with the elementals, the nature beings, I should say, and with your dragons and with the golden dragons, with the now ruby dragons, sacred heart dragons, is to help to integrate more consciously your energies in your heart space, to come into greater alignment and balance within your heart chakras, your higher hearts and your lower hearts, as the connection points between heaven and earth, bringing the energies from heaven to earth and anchoring them in.
So when we were connecting with the golden dragon, now I must admit I have a confusion over Shinara, and I think it's Shinara, but I have confusion over whether it's a he coming through or a she. And then it occurred to me that some, I don't want to say reptilians, but yes, reptiles in our day and age are androgynous. They don't have a male or a female. And so I wondered if maybe this is why we are confusing a masculine and feminine with this name.
In one moment. Shinara. the higher realms that Shinara is able to embody both the divine masculine and the divine feminine and express one or the other depending on the circumstance or the
Interesting.
situation. And so you may pick up on one stronger than the other depending on the conversation you are having, and that this may be part of that confusion where others have picked up on masculine versus feminine.
I see. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
And
I
what
feel
was
it is
what's
an embodiment of both energies.
was
Shinara.
Shinara helping us to prepare for our connection with you, with the Sacred Heart? And how did her golden energy, I think of her as she, because that's how she connected with me, in the feminine. How is her golden energy helping with our chakras? Is that a golden Christed energy? I feel like it's golden Christed energy.
Yes, it's golden Christed energy, but it also is there to expand and clear your solar plexus chakra and your sacral, this golden light, so that you can step more fully into your creatorship, more fully into your sacred power as a light being, as a light worker, that you will be way showers for many, and that you needed to expand this light within your being, both of you, to prepare yourselves to more fully express the power of love that you are, express the heart of the ruby ray. The energy that flows from you needed to be supported first by your expansion of being in your power, being in your authenticity, standing firm in who you are, and then surrendering to the love that you are, surrendering your heart to expand outwards, to be shared with many. But you first needed to trust your own power, to know your own power, to stand in your own power, to then be able to hold the fullness of love within your being, of remembrance of the love that you are, that
Beautiful.
it was needed to support this further expansion that I can assist with, and the other dragons of the ruby ray, of the sacred heart dragons. We share many similarities, and we are here for you to work with, to help expand these energies within your being now.
Beautiful. So is it dragons of the ruby ray and the Sacred Heart dragon, or is it of the Sacred Heart dragon? Is there two sets of dragons?
We are two clans, but we
Oh,
often work together because we both hold this pink or ruby energy. It's a deep scarlet,
yes.
pink
And
scarlet color, as well as
and I was actually,
different than the fire dragons, I should say.
yeah, yeah. I was actually looking at before this evening, I was on looking at Andara crystals, and it was a deep ruby crystal that I was looking at, I was like, oh, I think I need to get that. So yes, I'm definitely connecting in with that. So that's awesome. And it's not a bright red. It's definitely a deep magenta, almost a purple color, the ruby
Yes.
coloring. So beautiful. So I've had some recent experiences that, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind running by you.
Yes.
Recently, I had a dream where there was a very large man, almost like a gorilla of a man, And he had me lifted up over his arms, like just like a board, like a dance routine. And I was being held up in the air, and I was just being held there. And then he set me down gently on the ground. And then the last thing I remember was hugging him, but I couldn't, it was like hugging a tree. Like I couldn't get my arms even halfway around from like the middle of his stomach to the middle of his back. So I was kind of on the side with my arms around him like this. And I was leaning into him, and I was crying because I had to go. Who was this? I saw it as a large man, broad, shirtless. Yeah, lifting me up. But it was like a barrel of a guy. Like I said, I couldn't get my arms around him. That's how big he was. So, and taller than the usual earthling man. This was on, I had this dream on the 5th of August.
Getting that it was Zeus.
It was Zeus. Oh, wow. Wow. I just did a healing session with Zeus, with a aspect of human that has an aspect of Zeus. Why was I being lifted up?
To raise your vibration, to upgrade you. It was a form of upgrade. I feel like he was sharing some of his energy, his power with you to support you on your mission.
Yeah,
And
because
you were thanking him, I feel, for this.
And was that me as Athena? And Athena being his daughter.
I'm getting yes. Yeah, I do feel that fatherly energy, or you as his daughter, loving him like a father. I feel this energy from you for him when you hugged him.
Thank you. That's beautiful clarification. And then, let's see, today is the 17th. So on the 15th, so just 2 days ago, I woke up from a dream with these symbols that were given to me. And Satira, one was concentric circles. So they were about, in my mind's eye, they were about a centimeter thick, each one. So thick circles. And there were many. I didn't count them, but I would say 6 to 12, these concentric circles. So first I saw that, the circles. Then I saw what I would say would be like the bottom third of the circles, as if all the top was removed. It was just like these little U's. But they weren't circular, they were more oblong in this image. And then, is this too much or should I wait?
No, continue.
And then I saw the concentric circles with what looked like two hands over, almost like a pyramid, over the circles, but not to the center. And I couldn't tell if they were hands or if they were lines. And then I saw the circles once more with the spider that looked like it was carrying eggs. So like what you would think of as a pregnant spider, but it was like kind of spinning in a circle, like left and right, like a, just like in the same spot on these circles. So it seemed to have an egg sac. Circles. Yeah, circle. And I do have them drawn in my book.
You are laying the groundwork. You are laying the foundation for giving birth to this new life phase that is coming for you. That you are beginning to weave your manifestation into being. And feeling the four corners relate to the four elements of earth. The circles represent the circle of life. And feeling like the 4 or the 12 dimensions, perhaps the circles, if there's 12, that represents the 12 dimensions of both physical and non-physical. And the triangular shape, so to speak, is, and you were thinking it had 4 lines, but also the 4 corners feeling represent the 4 elements and also the 4 directions on earth: north, south, east, west, as well as air, earth, fire, and water. And that you are spinning your web, you are creating your manifestation, you are about to give birth to your new creations, which you have many in different phases at this time, many eggs, if you will, incubating for what you wish to create in the near future, as well as further in the future into the coming years, that you are connecting. It just represents you are connecting on many different levels in many different realms when you are weaving your creations, if you will, into manifestation. And that they are close to coming to fruition. They're close to coming into your physical reality, or realizing that all of the work that you are doing, all of the things that you have been focused on are coming to fruition, are going to be birthed in your physical reality, in your physical experience soon, very soon this year, that you will start seeing more synchronicities happening. You will start seeing just more things showing up from different areas of your life. And at first they may be seen to be disparate or not seem to connect, but then as more is revealed step by step, as more is woven into the fabric of your reality, you will realize as time goes on how these various things are connected with one another, until you see, I guess, the completed creation in front of you. You see how the connection with this person or that person or this place or this experience, how they are all interwoven to lead you on your path and to know that all you need to do is to surrender and trust. All you need to do is put one foot in front of the other, to know that you are the one creating it and that it is coming to you. And so continue to walk forward and trust and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Everything is being revealed to you in due time as you are ready to receive it. And you are being led into the heart of you, into greater centeredness, that you are the center of all these universal forces that are all orchestrating based on your command as a creator, that you are the spider spinning the web in the center of all these connections, as the center of the universe, as the center of the web that is pulling in all these different forces to help create your reality, if that makes sense with you.
It does. As a matter of fact, when I was writing it, I was calling it a pregnant spider. So that definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I kept looking at it. I'm like, okay, I don't know. And at the same time, I was like feeling all these energies coming in where I was feeling like I was getting the download. As a matter of fact, this morning I woke up and I was vibrating so much. I was having those, what I call the effervescent bubbles, and it lasted. So I had them when I woke up and then all through about the first half of the day. So what, 5 or 6 hours I had that experience. And I actually feel more rejuvenated than I have in a very long time. Is there anything that you would like to tell us about Mount Shasta? I have noticed that the prime group that is going this year is solidly female or feminine. And I understand there's 1 or 2 gentlemen who will be joining this female tribe. And I do know that divine feminine has been stepping into her power. And I think this is a show of force.
Yes, your energies are stepping forward now as leaders of the divine feminine. And the men are also beginning to come on board, though slower than the women, but many are starting to embrace the balance between the masculine and the feminine to bring the greater harmony of the energies on the planet, to move away from the patriarchal society that you've had for thousands of years into this greater balance, bringing back the feminine goddess power on the planet and connecting with the feminine creative nature of Gaia, and bringing this into greater understanding, greater expansion, as bringing greater so-called fertility to birthing new conditions on your planet. And I'm sensing there may be perhaps a few others, male and female, that may still join your party, but it will, yes, be primarily female, but it's also assisting the men who wish to embrace, to embody more of their own feminine energy in balance with the masculine, and bringing that greater harmony along with the work that you women are doing in doing the same on the planet, bringing a harmony between the divine masculine and feminine, that you will create a special synergy within your group, within the rituals you'll be performing, within the drumming that you will be doing, within the rattling ceremonies, all of that, all of these wonderful rituals of connecting to Mother Gaia, connecting to the mountain, connecting to all your galactic star families there, and the Telosians, the Pleiadians, all of that will be most harmonious as you connect your energies together as one, as you join together, especially at that heart level, in love and support for nature, and love and support for all that is, all of your brothers and sisters that you will be connecting with there, that are physical and non-physical, that there'll be a great effect from this collective of your group on not only those of the earth, but also in the galactic realms, that your energies will assist many, and is greatly watched upon, that this event will be greatly watched by your galactic brothers and sisters who will be supporting you in this. So know that you are greatly honored, greatly supported for this work that you are all doing.
Thank you, Satira. What a beautiful message. I was previously gifted with a dragon solar plexus personal power ceremony. Is this the time to do this ceremony as well? We're in Shasta. Or should I have it simply be the ruby gray heart ceremony instead?
Why not both?
I just had that same thought.
Why limit yourself? That both would be beneficial. It would be definitely something that you can share in this smaller group setting, that you can see what the effects of it are, and then you could also perform similar ceremonies later virtually. But you can so-called test it out on the small group of friends that will be there.
Yes.
and receive some feedback on how they feel it affected them.
Beautiful. Thank you. Can you give Susan some messages about her artwork and how she's been doing with using the energy for her artwork, which is so beautiful, such a gift?
She knows that she needs to take the time to express this creative outlet, to express this light from her soul, this light from her connections with other beings that flows through her, that flows onto the canvas beautifully. And the more that she channels these energies in her artwork, similar to the channeling she is doing now. It is just another form of sharing energy, whether it's through messages, whether it's through an emotional feeling from the energy in her painting, in her sharing of these connections with other beings in her creative expressions, that it is all about having a dedicated practice and spending time during her week, perhaps an hour a day, a few times a week to start, where she is dedicated to her painting, to her drawing, to formulating the whole creative process, from putting on paper an outline of what she wishes to paint and then transferring it onto canvas and then applying paint with the brush as she infuses it with these energies that she's connecting with. That, similar to how your channeling practice has grown in the last couple of years, or channeling ability, is as you've opened up more and trusted more and allowed these connections to flow through you. It is a similar process with creating art, and that, as they say, practice makes perfect. Even though the goal isn't perfection, it is about expressing your essence in many different forms, however you are called to do, whatever brings you joy and bliss and happiness in your lives, whatever creative hobbies that you may have, whether it is gardening, painting, taking a walk with your dog, or playing with your animals, your pets, that all of these are a creation that you are bringing into being. So all she needs to do is to not resist and to let this flow through her without any resistance, without making excuses, without procrastination, without saying, oh, I need to do this or that. Your creativity that is meant to flow through you unhindered is just as important as other so-called things you need to do in your life, whether a job or tasks around your homes. That spending time to crochet garlands for your trees, um, to macrame something, to paint, to create jewelry, to do any things that bring you joy, that bring you into the moment of creation in your lives, and where you are not in your thought processes, where you are out of your head and more in your heart, and giving yourself that time to do it every day if possible, because that is what keeps you healthy, that is what keeps you happy, that is what extends your life. Your longevity is tied into these creative processes that you enjoy, and being out in nature and letting nature and the nature beings help balance your physical vessel and to keep you in a state of perfect health within your being. That all of these are necessary to keep your lives on track, to keep you in the greatest amplified state of being. So continue to follow your hearts, continue to follow your knowing as to what activities you wish to participate in from moment to moment, and do not allow any resistance to enter into your thoughts to hold you back. That is all.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I have noticed that as I've been seeing auras more and more, that the other night, as I was getting ready to go to bed, standing in front of the bathroom mirror, that I all of a sudden saw a very violet aura around my crown. And then I also saw it move to, because I had, you know, my bangs pulled back as I was getting ready to wash my face. So, and then I could see it also, this violet around the crown of, you know, the front part of my head. And then I could see it kind of like moving, like an energetic field, just kind of shifting and moving, just because energy moves, right? And then, and then I heard, because I've been doing this meditation with Saint Germain, where, you know, I'll put myself in the infinity symbol and I'll kind of run the violet flame, and I'll like put myself in the violet flame. And while I was kind of thinking about that, getting ready to brush my teeth and wash my face, I heard, I am the violet flame. I am the violet flame. So, and then I heard, I am Saint Germain, as if I'm saying, I am Wendy. I am Saint Germain. Do I have an aspect of Saint Germain that has until now not been known to me? And can you confirm this violet flame? I mean, I always thought I was just the rainbows. I could just pick whatever color I wanted. Maybe that is the case.
Let's see.
But yes, in that moment, I definitely felt like I was the violet flame, and I could see that violet coming off of my body. That was pretty awesome stuff. Wanted to thank God for it.
I'm getting yes that you do hold an aspect of Saint Germain to help bring in and anchor the violet flame on Earth, and that this is awakening more for you, that you are coming into greater knowledge, greater understanding on how to apply this violet flame energy in your healing practice, in your channeled activations, in your beingness, and that it is coming in a sense more online for you, or holding more of the violet flame energies in your auric field in preparation for Mount Shasta and for connecting with him there. But you can ask to feel more of his energy in your meditations, in your channeling practice. You can ask any questions directly of him. Even if you are by yourself, you can connect and see what telepathic messages come through and ask to receive these from him.
Yes, I have a feeling that there are a handful of us, maybe more than a handful, maybe it's, 5 handfuls, that have come in with, I don't know, I'm always almost afraid to say it out loud, but I'll say it as I'm feeling it. Like I feel like my knowledge and saying it will make it more potent. That I have an aspect of the primary, let me just put it this way, the primary ascended masters. that as I work with them, it's almost like, how do you say it? It's like all the cake ingredients are on the counter. But until you say, oh, I'm working with Master Hilarion, then you say, oh, then that cake ingredient gets to go in the bowl, but it's already been there. I don't know if that's making sense as much as I want it to.
No, at a higher level, of course, you are always connected to these beings, but I also feel that you, as well as this one, are from some of these soul families that contain ascended masters, that this one is part of Yeshua's or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary's
Same
soul family. And yes, so that may be why you are feeling that you are connected with them like family, that they are a part of you, that you are closely connected in that sense, and that many of
like
you,
their
of
DNA
course,
cells are in my blood, in my
yes,
actual blood.
and that's, yeah, so many in your group are, yes, connected to archangels, connected to ascended masters through holding different aspects by feeling this familiar connection, family connection. And that is also why you have been brought together in this group, that you had planned to make these connections from many different areas of the planet to come together at this time to share your energies, to share your gifts, to provide further expansion for the human collective in holding the light and holding your high vibration. For many of you, yes, are from the creator realm, and bring many areas of influence into the earth plane, many different energies from your many lifetimes of creation, that you are here to support the ascension, for not only for yourself but for the planet. And so it is no mistake that you have all connected and that you feel such a closeness, a family connection. For many of you are from the same soul families.
Dragons.
Yes, and the dragon clans as well.
Thank you. That's yeah, I've been feeling that for a while. Especially since I've been, reading through this Lords of the Seven Rays book by Mark Prophet and Elizabeth Prophet. So it's mind expanding, and also I was noticing this energy each time I was reading about the life of a particular ascended master and other lives that they've had as that, and was feeling some heart movement, some release, some tears, all that good stuff. So thank you for confirming that for me. Now our friend Joan, who is one of our trio, and one of the, the larger group as well, of course, she recently had a dream about Ashtar. Why was Ashtar coming to her in her dream? And she said he looks neither male nor female, but both.
When she was in Mount Shasta last year, and she had that visual of lights on the ceiling early in the early morning hours, that
Yes, I remember.
yes, that this was a connection with Ashtar or the Galactic Federation, that there was some contact made there, that she does travel in astral to work with the Ashtar Command on ship. And
I think
this
we
is
all do.
also, yeah, that this is also a greater awareness to her conscious mind, to know this, to trust this, to realize that these connections are real, and that this is who she is connecting with. With as far as Ashtar's,
Does that have to do with our
appearance.
stargates, working with the stargates?
Yeah, working with the stargates, other planetary systems that need assistance, as well as Earth. But yes, some of it is stargate work. Some of it is preparations for the new Earth, for planetary changes that will be yet to occur, in helping to ensure that catastrophe doesn't occur or happen, that keeping things unfolding as they should for the best possible outcome for humanity.
Yes.
For Ashtar's appearance, that he is primarily of male energy, but that he does have a balance with his feminine side as well. So he does have a balanced energy where he is at, but he is still primarily a male vibration.
Yes, beautiful.
But in at this ascended level, he holds the balance of divine feminine and masculine within himself. So perhaps that is what she was feeling, that it was more in a balanced state, or that he holds both energies, but he is still male.
Thank you. Now that you were talking about balance, may I ask you to check each of our energies for our own balance of our divine masculine and feminine? For Joan, Susan, and I, since we're going to be on this journey together.
Okay, one moment.
Oh, and for my twin flame, Paula.
I feel that you all are around 80% or higher, that you need a little bit greater heart expansion, as what I am here to assist you with, as well as the other dragons of my clan, of the Sacred Heart dragons and the Ruby Ray dragons.
Thank you. We'll work with them more.
I am of the Sacred Heart, but the Ruby Ray are also here to assist both of you, or all of you. But it is helpful to surrender all that limits your heart expansion to allow your hearts to feel your true emotions, to not hold these emotions back where you feel that they need to still be limited or distorted in their expression. For you can express yourselves with love and compassion for yourself and for others that you need to sometimes have difficult conversations with, that you need to share things that may be unpleasant, but you can do it in a loving way for both yourself and for the other that you are connecting with, so that it can be in a more balanced state. So you are reaching these higher, I guess, heart balanced energetic levels. So continue to surrender and release all that is holding you back. Do not have any resistance from the true expression of your heart. Let all flow as you are guided to. Let your energy flow as you are guided to. And to know that all is unfolding as it should, that all is going according to so-called plan. For you are all continuing to rise to these higher levels of beingness, of just being in the moment, of not even thinking about time anymore, except for in certain circumstances, such as the work that you do. But more of this is coming to a place where the time doesn't matter. It's more of following the heart, of following your emotions that guide you from moment to moment. Just allow this to continue to unfold. You are all doing beautifully in trusting your hearts and following your heart's guidance. So you will be at the level you need to be to connect with the heart of Mount Shasta, to connect with the land, to follow your guidance of where you need to go, where you need to bring your energies while you are there. And just let this unfold in a beautiful, miraculous way, following your highest guidance within.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, I have been asking additional questions just to press because Susan's getting ready to do a longer channeling event. So I hope I have not been imposing on your time, and I appreciate all the answers and assistance you've given us. If I may ask you one more question. My dog has been eating his little paws up. He's got allergies. Is there any dragon healing that you can offer him? I've been putting him in a green ray and pink ray, but alas, maybe he needs something a little different than my kind of energy.
Yes, I will call in Archangel Raphael to assist and send him, along with my energies, to send him with some healing energies to surround his paws. He soko ki ai sikita ko. He siko titiaria tu itia. He soko ai tuko ia ka ya to hitia. He azoia te akia ho ia tia yuko to. Hea zia ko e te e ti e o kia I to koto. Hea zo e te kia ho ia se koto hia I se koto ia I tia koto toto. Ha zaka e tia o a hia hia tata hea o ka kia ia to ia I tia i o kuka ia te ia I to o. Hea ia o ia I e sukoto ia I e sakahaya e to hoia ia tia o ka ia I tia o ia tia I tia o koto ia dia I tu I tia I to ko hea ia o se ia ta ia yu ia tia hia to yo ia si ia o koko ia I to ko ia tia I ki o ia te sia o kia ia sukoto ia I sukoto yo to ia tia I to ko ai te ia hea I te ia ho te ia o ko da ia sia o ia da ia to ia tia hio ia te ia I to ia kia I to koto ia tia kia sia koto to ia tia kia siko. Blessings.
Blessings to you. I thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else that you want to share with us before you go? And may other animals, if somebody watches this and they say, oh, my animal too has been chewing on their paws.
Yes, this energy will reach them and provide any healing. Just request to tap into this healing that was just given, that it is available to all that need it.
Thank you. I'll try to stop eating my fingers. No. Nom, 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 nom.
I shall go now.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for opening and expanding our hearts. I've been feeling since, well, yesterday. Releases, tears, more, heart little bloop bloops that have been happening. And then even more so once you came in and said, okay, I'm giving you the Sacred Heart expansion. So I've been feeling little stabs in various little areas here in my heart chakra. And I am very grateful to your work, and we'll work with you more as we lead up into going to Mount Shasta. So many blessings to you, and going forward, period. Thank you, Satira.
Yes, blessings to you all. Wow.
Feel the love.
Yeah. I didn't want her to go.
I know that feeling.
I love her so much. It was, yeah. So I first saw her, in that past life regression I had a few weeks ago, and I got a visual of her where I was flying with her, like alongside her. I think I was on one of her younglings. I was on the back of one of her younglings, and she was flying next to me. And she's, more like a rose red, like a muted rose red, like a deeper rose color. And she had like spring green colored eyes, like the color of spring.
Oh, pretty, yeah.
Yeah, like a lighter green, very pretty. And she, looked over at me, and but she just had like the pointed scales and just like smooth, she didn't have any like things poking out from her head. It was just, her face. And then I saw her neck with just these smooth, like pointed scales. And we were bonded in that lifetime, and I, worked to protect her against those that were trying to hunt her and her two younglings that were with us. So I got visions of us going to different places to like hide, for a while. But then I married somebody who had a lot of land, I felt, who was able to protect my dragon clan, or our family's dragon clan. And there was mountains and fields and woods.
Oh, wow.
And,
Yeah.
and so I felt like there were some caves on the property that they were able to kind of hide from prying eyes, so to speak. But
yes.
yeah. But I
Wow,
spoke up in front
beautiful.
of like a bunch of villagers,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Cool.
saying that to remember their connections with the dragons, to not be influenced by like these outside forces that were trying to like hunt the dragons and stuff and try to gain their powers or longevity and stuff like that. Anyways, so
Right.
so I was bonded to her in that lifetime, like a very like heart to heart bond, and yeah, where we took care of each other. But it was beautiful. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
the energy I felt with her. So this is the first time I've channeled her, but it was very powerful energy coming through. And like I said, my hands were like in my lap, facing with palms facing up, going like this really fast. And I was feeling the powerful energy before, you know, it came in. I'm like, what is this? You know, because I hadn't done that, like move my fingers like at a fast rate,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
before
crazy when
channeling like that. And so
just
that was interesting.
yeah,
Dragon
there's a lot of times with
claws.
my hands, the same thing. A lot of times I'm sitting with my hands on my lap and they're like doing this. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember when I first started working with the manifestation of magic, they said to, you know, when I would do this with my fingers, that if whatever I was thinking about, that would start to manifest around me. I don't practice that. I don't know why I don't. I guess maybe I should, just to like check it out, see like how it works, if it works. I would say, I don't know, I would say when I was given that information, I would probably be like, does that work? I don't know. But now I feel like saying it out loud, I'm like, oh yeah, you forgot that that's one of the tools in your toolbox. Yes, you can use that. And of course it works. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, I was told, I don't know, about 2 years ago now, probably, that I should get like a witch's ball, they call it, like those glass orbs.
Gazing, yeah.
Yeah, but it has like a little hook, or, you know, like made of glass, and I have it hanging on like a ribbon in my room. But that if I hold this, you know, so it's different from a gazing ball. It's like clear, but it's tinted like gold and pink, actually, now that I think about it, or kind of a reddish pink and a gold mixture. And if I hold this ball, I'm able to like channel energy kind of like down through my crown chakra, almost like a tornado, and into this ball, like any excess energies, like if I'm getting too much ascension symptoms or something like that, that
Have you been using it?
I haven't, and I should, just like you said, I should be using this as part of my toolbox, and I haven't been. But yeah, I should hold on to this ball and then envision funneling any excess energies where I'm feeling like overwhelmed with too much ascension symptoms or something, that I can funnel it like down through my chakras into this ball and then send it down like a tornado down into Gaia to be transmuted. But that this ball will help focus the energy like a tornado down to Gaia.
So do you remember, that just reminds me, when you were saying like the tornado and the spinning, do you remember when we were at Mount Shasta last year and I was talking to you about all these little black dots like came together and then they just like went like a black spiral, like, and then they went up? And they said what that was like little chunks of negative energy that I had collected in my field. And what I was doing was putting it all together and then like a vacuum, like letting it go up to source. So versus going into Gaia, going up into source.
Yeah, I suppose you could do either way.
So after that happened, when I had that realization, now every morning right before I wake up, I have this consciousness of, kind of like how we talk about hydrolace being like blink, 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 like the little sparkles of hydrolace being everywhere. It's that same thing in the morning, but they're like little black, not necessarily squares. Sometimes they're different, oblong but you know, rectangular, but they tend to be like little like squares, like as if you had like little pieces of glass, little pieces of black glass, they're always black. but I can see them, and they kind of like, when I like, so I have my conscious awareness, I'll see a few and I'll be like, okay, collect all of them. And then it'll be like, choo, 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 choo. And then I can see them, and then they just go poof, and then like, it's like, I just send them up, like they just like go up. So I know when I'm like out and about that I pick up, you know, because of our transmuting that we do, right? So we're picking up energies, and a lot of times we'll go out somewhere and I'm just like yawning for no reason. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But then it's like the realization that the energy, like sometimes I'm just working the land energy, and just like you're on the highway and like people's like driving frustration type energy, that I'm just like grabbing all that energy, bringing it into my auric field. And then at night, I'll just like get all those piece parts, hang on to them, and then release them in the morning. So interesting,
That's
weird,
cool.
interesting, weird things that like come into your awareness of like how you're like doing stuff. But it's just another aspect, I think, of working energy as a whole, like understanding that you can bring the energy into being just by focusing your, you know, your intent and focus. So
Amazing. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty fun
interesting
stuff.
to think about just all the things we don't know.
Oh my God, there's so much.
What a small percentage of our
all I can tell you
mental understanding we have of the world. Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Like we're babies, remember?
I know nothing.
Like we're just a bunch of babies.
Smaller than babies.
Yeah.
We're like amoebas.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
All right. So should we close up?
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everyone who will enjoy this video later. And thank you for coming and subscribing to our YouTube channel Illuminations. We also have a Facebook group by the same name that you can join and keep up to date on our live virtual events that we have for our Elemental Realm series. And we may be channeling the brownies next, or it might be the mermaids or someone else, depending on who we're guided to channel for our next event. So we hope you can join us in the future, and thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Checking out what we do.
Yeah, and definitely feel free to find our other Facebook group, which is Lemurians Call to Action. And also, I have another YouTube channel, Archangel Raziel Quantum Healer, where you can see some of my sessions that I've done. And there's many of these types of tools that we talk about here during or after our channeling about, oh, remember, because really, I mean, if you go back and watch not just the channeling videos that we have, but any of the healing sessions that we've done, you can see our journey. And you can see how we're, you know, kind of handing ourselves breadcrumbs, or our expanded knowledge, the expanded knowingness of who we are, just like coming to light. It's like walking into a dark room and, you know, turning the flashlight on, and then like the light that goes 1, 2, 3, brighter, brighter, brighter. That's kind of how our lives and the expansion of our lives are as we're learning and understanding more of who we are. So it's been exciting. It's been really exciting for me to watch Susan's journey, our friend Joan, to see, you know, where she's come from, where she was. And I know I can see in my own self the growth that has happened here over the last 2 years. So it's been incredible. And also our friendship. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just been amazing to experience how, you know, the love and the expanded hearts that we have been gifted with, but it's been growing on its own prior to that. And definitely there's that soul family that we feel in. And we hope that you are feeling our soul energy too, and that, you know, you have your hearts open to us. Know that you can reach out to us, ask us questions, put comments in, and we're here, you know, we're available. And so sending out our love to you and our joy. Many blessings.